I build chatbots to save hundreds of hours for various ecom brands over the past year now. And today I want to show you how you can build these chatbots for your own ecom store for free in less than 30 minutes. And definitely keep watching to the end because I have a massive gift for you that, trust me, you don't want to miss. So how do we build a custom chatbot for your digital ecom brand to answer and handle customer questions? So for everyone who doesn't know me, which should be the majority of you, I am Tim, and together with my team, we've helped over 110 businesses in the past 2 years to save well over 44,000 hours every single month, and that 100% automated with our AI system. Alright, so our chatbot is built in 4 easy and simple steps. But before we start in, let's just take a look at what we're working with here. So first off, I want you to go to botpress.com, which all links, by the way, will be in the video description below. So this is botpress.com. This is the chatbot building platform we'll be working with today. There are other ones. I like this one best, so we'll be working with this one. And what you're gonna do here is very self-explaining, very simple. You just go over here and you click on sign up. You create your account with Google or whatever, really easy. And as soon as you've done that, you will be led to a page looking something like this. So you may create your account and your dashboard. You might have to do all that. It might take 2 minutes. And as soon as you've done that, you will be led to a workspace that looks something like this. And what you're going to do from here is just create a bot, and right here you can choose whatever you want to build. But we will start with starting from scratch. So we're going to use this template and delete everything here. We don't need that. Just right click and delete all of that. Now, awesome. We have our start node and our end node. These two are important. Let's see what we have here, what we can do. Right here, these are our flows. This is our main flow, which is what we'll be working in. Most action will happen here. Then we have our error flow, which this will jump in as soon as an error occurs, which won't happen. This is when we're building more complex chatbots, but for this very simple one, we won't need this. So you can leave this out, don't worry about it. Same goes for the timeout flow and for the conversation end flow. We don't need this here. Now, what's interesting right here for us is that we have a knowledge base. We can create new knowledge bases over here when we go to this, don't know what it is, folder over here. So we can add new knowledge bases here. We'll be fine with one, so you don't need to create another one. And in this knowledge base, we can put in basically everything we want our bot to know. So our website or a website of a competitor, whatever, a document that we might have, we can tell them to search the web, use a table, or just write our own information here with a rich tag. Now, right over here, we have the agents. And these are just some extra features you can give your bot. Like you can give them a personality, you can implement some policies, you can implement the translator agent, which this is really easy. You just click on these agents and you enable them over here. But we don't have to do that for now. We'll come to that in a minute. And then everything over here would be too much in the trenches, so we won't be looking at everything else. So this is now our main flow. And what we will do now, or what we can do, is pull from our start node here, just with a left click of the mouse. Pull over here, click on standard node, where we can put in what we want to have here. So a text and everything else here. I know it might be overwhelming. Don't worry, I'll coach you through it. We'll go to this together. So no worries, no anxiety here. For now, let's just see right here. To capture the information, we have multiple things we can do. We can ask questions, collect numbers, collect or give prices, collect a daytime, but all of that as well won't happen for now, just so we know what we can do here. And with these things, we'll create our flow later. So as soon as the bot starts, which message comes first, then let's do this here to show you how this goes. So we ask a question here, we can change that to whatever, let's say just, hello, how can I help you today? And then we can put in multiple choices here. So let's say a product and a question. You don't have to follow through on this, by the way. This, for now, is just to show you how this can work. And now we can go from here again and put in another node here, with a text block. And then just to show you how this works, let's just put in here, hi. So now if on the right over here, when we click on this icon right here to come to a new conversation, and we test our bot, we do that by writing hi or whatever, our first message. It will just tell us what I told him to say. So you can see this is yellow. We're on this node now, and let's say we click on product right now, here comes the next one. So I'm gonna delete all of that again because we don't need it now. So now that we have a brief understanding of how everything works in here, let's get to step 1 in our bot building process, which will be the planning. All right, planning. I know it might be boring, so I'm gonna try and keep this as short as possible, but sadly, it's necessary. So I don't know how you like to plan your things, if you do it in your notes app or in Miro or just on a whiteboard. So whatever planning method feels most comfortable to you, use that. What we're gonna do in the planning, everyone can plan as much and as detailed as they want to, so that's totally up to you. But what has to be included in our plan is what do we want to use as knowledge base. So what informations do we want to give the bot that the bot can answer from? This is typically a website, a PDF if you have one. You may even have multiple websites like landing page and stuff. If you have written any emails with important information about your business, you can use them. If you have any tables, any metrics that has to be known, you can put that in there. So whatever you want the bot to know, give it to the bot. And then you have to figure out what you want the bot to do, how you want it to operate. So this may be, I want the customer to be able to ask questions about a certain product. If you sell more than one product, you can list all of your products. If you have too many, maybe just list the best sellers, and then you can just give them the option to let the bot handle any issues or to help with any issue. And of course, the general option to answer general questions. Apart from that, you can plan anything else, how you want to, how detailed you want to. You can even go into the exact sentences you want the bot to say, but for now, let's keep it short. Do your planning on whatever you think the bot requires, and then let's get into step number 2, which finally is the meaty stuff, building our chatbot. Awesome, so we have our plan, we know what we want to do. Let's get into finally building our chatbot. So first, let's go through the agents. So we have the summary agent right here. This one is to the information you have in the knowledge base to summarize them into shorter texts. You can change how long these various texts are, so the answers that the bot gives, by setting these numbers up or down. Our model. Right here, you can choose whichever model you want to use for the bot. So we have the latest GPT models, the latest Claude models, and the latest Llama model. Use whichever you like the most. I personally love Claude, but oftentimes these bots work better with ChatGPT. You can even use Llama if you want to, so choose whichever you like. I'll go with the latest GPT for now. Alright, the knowledge agent. What this does, obviously you can just read through all of this. I won't go into detail of this because it's really not too necessary. We can choose between the fastest model, the best model, and a hybrid between both of those. Fastest is obviously it answers the question fastest. Best is it answers the question best, in theory at least. I found over the years and all the projects I've done that using hybrid typically is actually the best option. And again, down here you can choose whichever models you want to for these different things. Read through it, bring some thought into it, but for now I'll just leave that. So what's important now is the personality agent. Definitely turn this on, because what you can do here is obviously choose the model again. What we will find is that in each of these agents we can choose a model. I recommend doing all of these the same model. So if you use Claude in one, use Claude in everything, and if you use Llama in one, use Llama in everything. I'll just keep everything as it is right now. But what you can do with the knowledge agent, what you can do with the personality agent is give your bot a personality. So in here, in this text bot, we'll write everything you want your bot to do. So answer nicely, be funny, don't use too complicated words, write like a 5-year-old, always be polite. Whatever you want your bot to do, whatever personality you want your bot to have, write it in there. What I recommend as well, give some context. So you're a friendly chatbot for your company name that helps customers solve their problems and answer customers' questions, something like that. So give it a bit context so it knows what it is. Policy agent, you can leave this turned off. What you can do here is write in policies you want your bot to follow. So it may be, don't make up information, do not talk about a competitor, whatever. Write this in here. I'll leave this turned off for now because I won't need it. Translator agent, doesn't hurt to turn this on. So this is just if I'm natively German, so if I were to come to your website and to write with your bot in my language, so in German, even if it is programmed in English, will talk to me in my language in German. So turn this on for if you have any international clients you might have, so turn it on. And these next two agents aren't really necessary, so I will save your time and not go into those. Right, so now that we have that, and now that we have configured our agents, let's go to the flows and down here to our default knowledge base. And what we want to do here is implement our knowledge bases that we chose in the planning step before. So put in your website here. I will do this for one of our clients, so let me just quickly put in the website here. Okay, and then let's use a document, and on top of that, let's give him the option to search the web. We can put in specific websites here that you want them to search on. I'll just give him the entire web. So for any extra information, he can just search the entire web. And then as soon as everything is uploaded, we can start with our flow. You can play around here, try different things if you have the time, but for now I'll just build a really simple chatbot. Alright, so let's finally get to building the chatbot. And what we're going to do first is pull out this line right here, go to trigger and say conversation started. Choose this one, because what will happen now is as soon as you load the website, the bot will send the first message. So we connect it to another node here and put in our first card, which is a single choice. So we pull it in here, and now we can write in here whatever we want the first choice to be. So let's go with, hey, I'm the chatbot here. How can I help you? And then the two options to choose between are I have a question and show me your products. Let's build first the I have a question line. And now from the I have a question, we again pull out our next card here, and we're going to add another card, and this time we're going to put in a raw input. This will be just that the user can ask his question here. So let's go with something simple right here. Shoot. Obviously you can write in whatever you'd like to there. Right under this tab where you can put in what you want your bot to say, there is a store result in. We're gonna click on this right here, and we're going to name our variable. I have done this before, so as I played around in this bot, but you won't have any, so you're just going to create a variable here. You do that by just typing in whatever you want this variable to name. For me, I named this variable question because obviously the user is asking a question. So we're going to put in the variable question right here. This is important so that our bot remembers this question. And now we need two expressions, and we do that by clicking again on add card right here, scrolling a bit down to flow logic right here, and we're going to put in two expressions. Now the top one, we're going to delete this one and type in no answer from knowledge. Meaning, if our bot doesn't find the answer to the question in the knowledge base, we're going to tell him right here what to do. And these next one, we can just leave it here. Oh, by the way, in the first one, we're going to click on these stars right here, like this, and write turn dot knowledge agent dot respond. And now every time a question is asked that the bot doesn't know, we're going to tell him right here what to do. And what we're going to tell him is we're going to scroll down a bit here until we find AI, and we're going to pull in an AI task. And in the task instructions, you can just put in what you told your knowledge agent. You can just go over here, copy what you told your knowledge agent, put it back in here, and you're going to have that. And then as the input, you're going to write add, so this symbol right here, and go with workflow question. This is the question from the user we collected before. And we're going to store the result in. Here we have to create another variable. I've done this before, so I've created the variable answer. Now from this point, obviously we can play around with some advanced settings here. You can again adjust your model. Temperature right here means just how creative the bot is in its answer. If you put it to 0, it's not at all creative and just copies what is in the knowledge base. If you put it to 1 right here, it's extremely creative, and I recommend going to 0.3 to 0.5. Play around with it, do whatever suits you. I just like it a bit more logical. Alright, and then for the next card, so that our bot can tell us the answer, we're again going to go with a single choice. Delete this right here, and again add the variable. Now important right here is that we delete the workflow before, so that we just have add answer. And then as the items below, we're just going to say something like, I have another question, and we're going to link this back to right here. So now what we've done is we've created the cycle. So a user comes in and asks a question, the bot will answer the question, and after the answer, the user can say that it has another question right here, and it will go back into this workflow, and so we have created just an infinite loop of answering and asking questions. Let's try this out so far. I have a question, and so we're going to ask them, I don't know, what do you sell? And as you see, it just answered a question correctly. And now we can go again with I have another question, and we can ask another question right here. Perfect. It's working. Nice. So then for the always flow, as this was if it doesn't know the answer, for the always flow, we can just pull another one down here. And this is going to be pretty simple. We're just going to go with the single choice again and ask them, do you have another question? Yes or no? No, we can just put to the end. Now, if they say no, they don't have another question, the conversation is ended right here. If they have another question, we can just put it up back here. And again, we have an infinite loop of asking and answering questions. Nice. Let's talk about the tell me about your products. This is going to be pretty simple again. What you're going to do, pull this down, add another card. You know how it goes. Single choice. Which product would you like to know more about? And then just list your products right here, how many ever you want. Just go with maximum the best 5. So now for each of these, we have now 2 options. Either for each of these we create a single card, and in that card we can put in a text and write our own text about this product. But for now, and to use some extra AI, I'm just going to do the following. Connect all of it to one, and again put in an AI task. Go back here to create the variable. Let's call this variable product. Create the variable, put it in here, and tell them to tell the user something about this product. And we're going to store the result in information, whatever. Here, information, perfect. Play around with advanced settings as we like, even change the version. I don't know what this does, honestly. I've never seen any difference, so if you feel fine with 1, go with 1. If you feel better with 2, go with 2. I've never seen a difference there. So we have the information here, and we're going to create another single choice here. Again, put in our add information, delete the workflow, otherwise it doesn't work. Go in here, and now we can ask him again, I have another question. So again, we can put this one up here, and now we've created a very simple, very easy chatbot for you and for your e-commerce store. Obviously, you can play around with all the different functions, see what which can do, and build a more complex bot if you have the time, or if you have a staff member who has the time to do that. Otherwise, this should be more than enough for most e-com brands. Of course, if you want something more high class, it would make sense to go further into the trenches. This is just so that everyone has an understanding and everyone is able to build a simple bot just to handle a bit more incoming conversations. Nice, alright, so that was the bot building. I hope we've all gone through so far. Now going on to step number 3, which is testing. We've done this kind of before, right in here, right? We've built this workflows, and then we came down here to actually test this chatbot and test what it answers. If it doesn't give the answer you want to, you can play around with it. There's multiple things you can do. So if you have any error occurring, it can be because you've told him the wrong things in the agents. It can be because you've put in the wrong cards, or it can be because BotPress has a problem. This is typically fixed within the next 24 to 48 hours, but happens quite regularly. So if you can't find any reason for your error, don't worry, just wait. It'll be fixed, I promise. Nice, so what else can we do to test our chatbot? Well, the most part is done down here, but if you want to really test how the chatbot would look on your website in the end, you can click on publish up here. Nice, so now we've published our chatbot, it means it is public. No worries, no one can access it right now. But what we can do now is go back to our dashboard, and right here in the web chat tab, you can see on the right how your bot will look like on a regular website. And if you go to share even further, you can click on this right here, on this shareable link, click view, and now you can test your bot on a regular website. And we see right here, as soon as we loaded the website, it comes up with the first thing. And as we designed and as we programmed our bot, we can now just interact. How fast the bot is in the end solely depends on your servers and whatever service you're hosting your website with. As all of you already have a store and everything, I guess this won't be a problem and you won't be on too slow servers. But if it is a bit slower, that's the reason. So this is basically the testing. Obviously building and testing goes hand in hand. So you build your test, you build your test, you build your test until it is perfect. So let's get to the last step, which is implementing, step number 4. And we can see this right here as well. What you're going to do is under the shareable link, this embed code, you're just going to copy this code. Then you're going to go to your website builder. If you have it on Shopify or WordPress or whatever you have your Ecom Store on, go there and just put it into somewhere into the HTML, into the body part. Put in this code you just copied here and it will work. You have to do this for every site you want the bot on. If you want to style your bot in any ways, you can go down here, set your programmer on it or something, and right here you can write the CSS code to program obviously the style of this bot. Otherwise, what we can do when we're in the web chat right here, give it a brief description, give it a name, and upload a picture of whatever picture you want to appear right here on these 3 things. So let's just load up this picture, for example, of my logo, save it, and you will see right here it appears. Awesome. So now all of you should have your very own chatbot for your very own store to answer your customers' questions. I hope you've been able to follow through so far. I've done my best to explain everything in as much detail as possible so everyone can follow. And one last thing before I let you off, I would actually like to gift every single one of you an automated chatbot to help your customer service. So when I ran my ecom stores, I had big trouble every single day with handling customer questions, and I was just answering emails all day long. And this can be, I know, extremely exhausting, especially when you want to focus on the growth of your brand, but you have to continue answering the same questions again and again and again. And so this is why the chatbot, like you've seen it in this video, even a bit more advanced, I would like to gift to every single one of you for completely free, so you don't have to go through this headache like I had to. This was the solution that increased, back in the day, my customer satisfaction and even my SEO ranking because of better conversion rates on the site with the bot. So I would like to share this solution with every digital ecom brand out there. So if you'd like to bring me the honor to actually help you with this so annoying problem, just go down to the video description. The first link, you can just opt in there. It's a Calendly link. How it works is you just put in all the details. It's just 3 questions, put it in, schedule this call, and then when we're on the call, I will give you your chatbot that I will build personally for you and for your store, so you don't have to go through this headache of again and again answering the same questions. So go down there, get your free chatbot. I'll build it personally for you so that you don't even have to follow everything I told you in this video. I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. I really enjoy making these for you and I really enjoy you enjoying them. So see you on the call or in the next video. Either way, have a nice day. All the best. Goodbye.